Hi, this is Dr. Gordo, and welcome to the Raven and the Writing Desk. Today, we are looking at English spelling, in particular the sound k. Its main letters are C and K. We can also get this sound produced by the letter combinations IC, QU, CH, as well as the letter X, depending on the letters that precede or follow those letters. For example, the cook is in the kitchen. The Queen's taxes. This is toxic. In that second one, we get that k sound twice. So in this lesson, we are looking at how to spell words that have this k sound in it. And if you find yourself needing to take a guess at how the letter is spelled, to give you some clues on what letters are going to precede and follow this sound. So, first up, the sound k is usually spelled with a C or a K. So not knowing the spelling of a word, if you're hearing a long vowel before the k, such as lake and bike, remember long vowels tend to say their names. Educated guess that long vowel is going to be followed by a K and then a silent E. Lake. Now, that said, we need to watch out for Greek words in the English language, such as chemistry, echo, chorus. In those cases, the k sound is produced by a CH. I've written these words incorrectly in red, chemistry, echo, and chorus, just so you can see as well as hear that sound that is being produced by the CH. Again, these are just one of the exceptions of the English language that we come to know in time how to properly spell these words. Now, that said, I know if a student came to me and I read over a student's work and they spelled chemistry with a K, I wouldn't fault them too much because, again, that is the sound that is starting off that word. So when you hear the k sound, focus on the sound that immediately follows. If it sounds like an A, O, or U, or a consonant, you're going to spell it with a C, such as in the word kitchen or cool. If the sound coming after the k is not clearly an A, O, U, or consonant sound, chances are it's going to be an E or an I sound, and that is the letter that you're going to use. An exception to this is if the k sound is followed by the letter T, you spell it with a C. So to quickly recap, we're listening to the k and the sound that follows immediately after. That's going to be our clue whether we're spelling it with a K, a C, or in some cases, a CH. If you hear k at the end of a syllable, it's either going to be spelt with a CK or a K, as in the words block, beak, and lark. Here we have a clear pattern. If the k follows an N, S, R, L, or two vowels, as in the words beak or lark, we're going to spell it with a K. Otherwise, you spell it with a CK, as in the word block. We're switching up the sound slightly. We're still talking about k, but in this case, it's more of an ick, as in picnic or logic, or a word that I like that's icky. Icky means it's gross. It's like, ugh, I don't want to touch that anymore. In order to get this ick sound, we need more than one syllable. We have more consistency in this sense that it is always spelled with an IC. So if you have a multi-syllable word like picnic, logic, or icky, and you're hearing that ick sound, you're going to spell it with an IC. Even more straightforward is the k sound that we get at the beginning of queen. Whenever we hear that sound, we're always going to spell it QU followed by a vowel, as in queen, quite, square, squid. And I put a few other words here so we can tell that slight difference between the k and the q sound. Keen, kite, scare, skid. So the vowel is, if you hear that q at the beginning of a word like queen, QU plus vowel. In our final pattern, whenever you hear that k sound with a bit of an S to it, we have the letter X to cover us. So this, the letter X can appear anywhere in a word. Example, taxi, 6 gives you examples of the start, middle, and end of a word. And if you listen closely, books, tax, very, very similar. We can also really hear it in the plural of that word, taxes. So when you hear that k with an S to it, we're going to spell it with an S. Exceptions include words where we get that same sound with 2 C's, such as in the word accident. So something you're going to find with these videos is we can name patterns that cover many English words with that sound, but quite often there's exceptions that you just need to learn in time. So to recap, when we hear k in a word, it's probably going to be spelt with a K or a C, depending on the sound that comes next. So have that ear out for that vowel sound. This is also going to be important when we hear k at the end of the word to know whether we're going to use a K or CK. If the k follows 2 vowels or NSRL, use the K. Otherwise, use CK. For ick in a word, in a multisyllable word, use IC. If you hear the qu in a word, spell it QU. And finally, if you hear the cooks in a word, that's X, except for words like accident. It covers this particular sound in this particular video. If you'd like another spelling lesson, we have single vowel followers. If you'd like something more grammar in general, check out our grammar playlist. And of course, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to reading your questions in the comments. I do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. So I thank you for your time and have a good day. Bye for now.